Traditional oatmeal is not a good option if you're looking to achieve a weight loss goal. Not only is it really high in starches that can spike our storing hormone insulin, it's essentially void of protein, which is required to achieve those body recomposition goals. So instead, I've created a much lower carbohydrate option that's rich in high quality fats and proteins and fibers that'll help you more easily tap back into fat burning mechanisms and keep you much more full and satisfied in the process. My name's Autumn and I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition and human performance. Let's jump straight into the recipe. So what's really great about each of these ingredients is you can actually pretty much just use them in the same way that you would for regular oatmeal. So the main base of this oatmeal is going to be hemp seeds, flax seeds, and chia seeds. I'm going to be using organic pumpkin puree. Depending on your carbohydrate sensitivity, you can also use mashed banana instead, but if you find that you are more carbohydrate sensitive, then the pumpkin puree will be a better option. And it kind of goes along with the theme because it's also a pumpkin spice oatmeal. So what we're going to do for this is just the same as normal oatmeal. We're going to put pretty much all the ingredients straight in and let this simmer over medium heat. Okay, so for the amounts, first we're going to use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then 1 tablespoon each of flax seeds and hemp seeds. So hemp seeds are a complete protein source for a plant-based protein option. And then we have flax seeds. So we have our omega-3 fatty acids, we have some high quality fiber in there, as well as a little bit of protein. We'll be adding more significant sources of protein later on, because in order to make this especially great for achieving a body recomposition goal where you're burning fat, but you're not losing muscle, we need to make sure that you're getting enough protein too. So that will be coming on later in the form of Greek yogurt or a plant-based option of protein powder. So we'll be getting into that in a bit. We're gonna be using a 1/2 cup of coconut milk. This is my homemade coconut milk, which I have a recipe for, and I'll put that linked above in this video so you guys can test it out. But this makes sure that it's completely free of any added sugars. I'm going to get this on medium, and then I'm going to get the pumpkin puree. So remember, you can also use mashed banana, but that is going to be a little bit dunk. That is going to be a little bit higher in sugar. So you can use the pumpkin puree if you find that you're more carbohydrate sensitive. So get that in there. Oh, and then the pumpkin spice. If it doesn't happen to be fall while you're watching this and you don't want pumpkin spice flavored everything, then you can also just do cinnamon as an option if you want to switch it up. So about a 1/2 teaspoon of this. I'm gonna turn this down to like a medium-low option. Oh, almost forgot the almond flour. So dump that in there as well. If you go for the banana option, it is going to naturally be a little bit more sweet than the pumpkin puree. But if you want a little bit of sweetness and you are more carbohydrate sensitive and you are using the pumpkin puree, you could test out using stevia or monk fruit in here to sweeten it up a bit. Some people are more sensitive to stevia or monk fruit, where it still could work against their weight loss goals, but you can test it out and see how your body responds. So this is just on like a medium-low heat. I'm just going to let this cook down for about, you only need to do it for about 5 minutes or so at most. And then also the vanilla extract, which I forgot. So about a 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla extract, and you can just stir that in as well. So this actually tends to cook a little bit faster than regular oatmeal because the seeds, really you're just heating everything up and you're allowing the seeds to absorb the liquid. So as you can already see, it's pretty much done. So you really only need to do this for a few minutes just to heat everything up and make sure that these seeds have fully absorbed all of the liquid. I'm just gonna turn this off now so you can do it for about 1 to 2 minutes. So now for the protein portion. So to get protein in, you have 2 options. You can use Greek yogurt, which is my preferred option, or you could use a plant-based option where you take a plant-based unsweetened yogurt and then you stir in a serving of protein powder. So if you use the plant-based option, just make sure that you're using an unsweetened plant-based yogurt. But if you're using the Greek yogurt option, a really easy way to add a significant amount of protein in from a whole food source. So regardless, you'll want to use about a 1/2 cup of yogurt, whether it be Greek yogurt or a plant-based yogurt. And if you're also using the plant-based option, then you'll want to add, in addition to that, a serving of a protein powder too. Obviously plant-based, if you're plant-based. So you just stir this in, make sure it's well incorporated with the heat off so you aren't cooking the Greek yogurt. So if you were using stevia or monk fruit, you could add it in now and just stir it in at the end. Okay, let me get a bowl. You can really smell the pumpkin spice. It smells so good. Wow. So in terms of toppings, really. In terms of toppings, this will also depend on your own carbohydrate sensitivity. So if you aren't as carbohydrate sensitive, you can add on some type of fruit. So you could do like a half of a banana that's sliced. You could do about a half cup of berries. Something I really love to do is adding berries and you just simmer it over heat for a little bit and then you pour it on. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I'm just going to use half of this banana for more of that like traditional porridgey style oatmeal. But if you are more carbohydrate sensitive and if you do want to add on some type of fruit, I do recommend that instead of a banana, you use berries. So you can use about a half cup of berries and that really helps to bring the sugar content lower. And I'm realizing how aggressive this is to be swinging around a knife. Don't do that at home. In fact, you probably should use an actual cutting board at home. Don't do this. I'm gonna add just a sprinkle on here. Come take a look at this. So before you add the fruit, which you can totally experiment with depending on your own carbohydrate sensitivity, this oatmeal has about 24 grams of protein, about 14 grams of fiber, which is a huge amount, and then only about 12 grams of net carbohydrates. So obviously if you're adding on banana, that will bring it up a bit. As for the half banana, it'll be about an extra 11 grams of carbohydrates. But if you're using berries, then it's only going to be about an extra like 4-ish grams. So you can be a little bit flexible there depending on your carbohydrate sensitivity. All right, let's try this. I actually think this is better than traditional oatmeal. This is so much better. Maybe because it just feels so much more satisfying too, but it has a really similar texture. I'm not sure if you guys can tell that through the video, but it has a pretty similar texture if you're looking for that porridge experience, but you're also working toward that weight loss goal. This has that similar texture and experience. Wow, try it.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
That was really good.
It's fiance approved as well.
I've been drooling this whole time.
Oh my god, I just drooled again. All the complete recipe listed down in the description below. But if you're looking for a smoothie for a breakfast or a breakfast option, still drooling, that follows these same guidelines of optimizing for protein, fat, and fiber, definitely check out this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right guys, thanks so much for tuning in and I'll see you in my next video.
What should I do?